What's happening, guys? Silent Mike, Super Training Gym, Mark Bell's Powercast, Reebok 1, checking in, talking a little bit about how to increase your vertical jump. I think there's a lot of athletes that watch some of our videos, my Instagram. I posted me dunking some slingshot knee sleeves the other day. Yeah, I agree, it wasn't the best dunk ever. It was a 10-foot rim, but it was not the cleanest dunk. Even though it was very light, neoprene knee sleeves is kind of hard to throw down. Back in my basketball days, I was a little bit lighter. I weighed maybe 180 to 185 pounds, and I could dunk a ball semi-comfortably. I was no Vince Carter. I was no Nate Robinson. I wasn't throwing 360s down, but my vertical jump was always something pretty good. I was pretty fast. I was pretty explosive. I'm still decent. I'm probably 210 pounds right now. I could still probably drop step and grab rim. I don't know exactly what my vertical is. Just randomly testing it and messing around at the CrossFit Games. They gave me, I think, a 32-inch vertical that's standing still, straight jump. Anyways, I was just going to give you some tips and tricks on maybe how to increase your vertical jump, whether you're an athlete or whether you just want to jump a little bit higher, maybe touch rim, dunk, whatever it is. First thing that's going to matter in your training is where you are as an athlete, as a lifter, and exactly what your goals are. If you're a basketball or volleyball player, I would almost erase most of the plyometrics. You're jumping all season long, all practice long, no matter if you're doing a jump shot, a spike, I don't know that much about volleyball, but layups, whatever, you're jumping all the time and practicing the movement all the time, so you don't necessarily have to do that in your training. A box jump is not maybe the best plyometric exercise for a basketball player, in my opinion. Med balls are a great use, or a great tool. Basically for plyometrics, if you're not proficient at the Olympic lifts, I have a lot of guys do over the head lifts like a keg toss, also like a push press with the medicine ball just exploding as high as you can, as hard as you can. With plyos and how I use them with different athletes, basketball, rugby, football, it's full recovery. So we're not doing box jumps to get tired. We're not doing box jumps to test our reaction. What we're doing is trying to take our time, explode as hard as we can, step down, concentrate, explode as hard as we can, repeat. Same with the med ball. So maybe it's 3 sets of 5 or 5 sets of 1 with the med ball, keg toss, maybe even a push press overhead, push press forward. Just working on that explosiveness with full recovery. Triple extension. Basically what that means is you need to extend your hips, extend your knees, and extend your ankles. That's the process of jumping. You do that quick, you do it powerful, you jump higher. It's very similar to a clean and jerk or a snatch, but those lifts are highly technical. So one, if you're proficient at them, they're great to throw into your workouts a couple times a week, maybe 3, 4, 5 times a week in your off season to get stronger, to increase your vertical. 2, if you have a very good coach and you're kind of starting young or starting early near you, I would get with that coach and learn those movements. But mostly I'm going to go over how to train for your vertical without the Olympic lifts, because I was never taught correctly and I'm not very proficient at those lifts at all. Even though I did mess around with some hang cleans or whatever, they're ugly and I don't suggest, if you're stuck at them, to do them. So if you don't jump in your sport, practice is going to be very effective, whether that's a box jump, just messing around trying to touch rim a couple times a day or a couple times a week, just getting repetitions of your jumping movement. The other thing with plyos is there's many things. There's depth jumps, there's box squat to box jumps, there's box jumps, there's also one-legged jumps, there's also broad jumps. All of those are going to help that triple extension and are the on this side of the strength speed scale, right? So if it's all a scale, 1 rep max squats kind of over here, and then there's everything in between, and there's a jump over here. Louis Simmons often says you can't jump slowly. So that's kind of the same idea as that Olympic lift, is you can't triple extend and get under that weight slow. So practicing that will get you faster and more powerful. So practicing your jumping helps. Also plyometrics training, just to work on that explosive movement. Some movements that I really like to increase the strength side of things, if you're not proficient at the Olympic lifts, are something like a box squat, a deadlift, a regular squat, even a front squat. Basically, we just want to strengthen everything we can, from our glutes, our hands, our quads, even our low back a little bit. People often ask about calves and their role in jumping. They do play a role in triple extension, obviously extending your ankle, but they're not the most important thing. If you're not box squatting, front squatting, deadlifting, Romanian deadlifts, strengthening kind of the bigger muscles with higher potential power output, and you're just doing calf raises or buying those shoes. Everybody had those shoes when I was growing up, where it's like a heel shoe, except it's on the front, so you're walking around on your toes all day. Promise to increase your vertical like 8 to 12 inches, which is highly unlikely to begin with, but that's for a different rant. Calves are important. Calf raises here and there can help, but you got to focus mainly on the quads, hams, and glutes, and then also practicing. What else we got? I got my notes here. Why the box squat? The box squat's a great movement. It's slowing you down. You're gonna have to almost relax, come off tension, and explode right back up. Often that's gonna just make your vertical that much better because it's making it harder for you to squat often when performed correctly. It's also placing more of the load onto your hams, glutes, which are very powerful and have high potential to get strong, which again will help in that triple extension. Romanian deadlifts, regular deadlifts, use of bands and chains and different accommodating resistance I find very useful for the vertical. Anything like a banded chain will just allow you to put more force into the bar. So basics, right? It's lighter at the bottom and heavier at the top with both the squat and the deadlift. It'll allow you to move the bar faster and put more force into that bar without your body self-regulating and decreasing speed once you get to the top. If you deadlift 135 and you give it everything you have, you're gonna fall over. But if you pull 135 into 100 pounds of band, you're allowed to really pull into that without worrying about snapping a muscle or a balance issue. Who knows, maybe after some powerlifting, I'll try to get skinny again and go through a vertical training cycle and show you guys what it's about. I know Candido talked about the same thing. Maybe after some powerlifting, we'll go to a vertical jump off. Who knows? Those are just some tips to increase your vertical, guys. Forget the calf shoes. Work on the basic movements of powerlifting with some variations I think can be very, very helpful. That's it for me, guys. Like this bitch, share that bitch, subscribe to this bitch. Silent Mike, I'm out. Thanks.
Let's go! Up!